Galatians 1:10 says, am I seeking the approval of men or God? That is a question that every Jehovah's Witness should be asking themselves right now. Am I seeking the approval from men or God? Because when I got baptized in this religion, like I said in my previous video, I truly believed that this was the truth. But when I did my research, I said to myself, there's no way in hell I'm staying. I'm not going to stay in this religion for, just to keep my JW family and friends. I'm not doing that. In this video, I want to talk about Jehovah's Witnesses and how they die before their death. And what I mean by that is Jehovah's Witnesses, they would rather play in this Mr. Rogers land of make-believe. They would rather play that, right? They would rather play that game, continue to play in this this quote-unquote spiritual realm, live in this bubble. That's what it is. Jehovah's Witnesses are living in this fantasy world, this delusional, oh, paradise is right around the corner world. And when the longer you play in the land of make-believe, right? The longer you continue to be delusional, you continue to have faith and hope that this paradise is going to occur, when they've been saying this for 150 years now, right? That alone should be waking up people. For a Jehovah's Witness to say that out loud, we have been waiting for 150 years. Wait, hold up. 150 years we've been saying this? And we still believe that paradise is coming? You see, when you say it out loud, it don't make sense to keep believing in something that people were born and raised in. They grew old and eventually died. They eventually died believing in this lie. And the only reason why Jehovah's Witnesses still believe in this, the only reason they still believe that a paradise is coming is because their leaders have said so. That's the only reason why. Because, as I've spoken about previously, in the past, if you open your Bibles, you cannot, and you will not find the words paradise earth in the Bible. You will never find a scripture where Jesus was talking about people residing forever on a paradise earth. It's not there. It's not there. But like I said, Jehovah's Witnesses, they would rather play in this land of make-believe. They would rather live in this fantasy, in this quote-unquote, this spiritual bubble, which keeps them dumbfounded, keeps them isolated from the world, right? But the longer you play in a land of make-believe, the longer you lose yourself. You lose precious time on this planet that you should be enjoying, you should be living, traveling, spending quality time with real ones, real people. And the Jehovah's Witness would say, oh, I have a whole association. I have a whole organization. I have a whole brotherhood of brothers and sisters that love me. And I would say, no, you don't. You think you do, but you don't. A few days ago, I thought about something, and it really, and I was inspired to make this video when I thought about it. But a Jehovah's Witness, their entire life, I hate to say this, but their entire life is in vain. When people are born and raised Jehovah's Witnesses and they die as witnesses, their entire life is in vain. And I say this because their entire life, they're playing in a land of make-believe, waiting for something, a paradise that's never going to happen. Having full faith in this religion, while meanwhile, this religion is nothing more than a publishing company disguised as a religion. So, what you believe in is fake. Those friendships, your brothers and sisters, fake. They don't really love you. Your whole life as a witness, you think you're surrounded by brothers and sisters. You think you're about to be ushered into paradise. And reality is the complete opposite. In reality, your whole life, you're living a lie. and you don't even know it. The people, your brothers and sisters in the congregation, you think they love you, they do not love you, because as a Jehovah's Witness, you can never ever express your doubts. You can never ever be 100% real with people. So if you can't be real, if you can't be authentic, if you can't ask questions, if you cannot express your doubts, then guess what? Those aren't your real friends. Those people don't really love you. So that's why I say Jehovah's Witnesses, they die way before their death. Because even while they're alive, they're living a lie. The one life that we have, right? The one life that's guaranteed right here, right now. Jehovah's Witnesses take that for granted. Like I said, they should be living their lives authentically, right? You cannot be authentic as a Jehovah's Witness. You have to be just like everybody else. So the one life that we have, you don't strive to be authentic. You strive to be like everybody else. You strive to think like everybody else. Because no one wants to be outcasted. No one wants to be ostracized. A Jehovah's Witness can never look in the mirror and know their worth. Because their whole essence, their entire life revolves around the Watchtower organization. And the Watchtower organization is fake. So therefore, you're living a fake lie. You're living a fake life. You're living a lie for a life as a Jehovah's Witness. You die way before you're dead. You're a walking zombie as a witness. Because like I said, your entire life is a lie and you don't even know it. And guess what? Then you grow old and you eventually die. And when you die, what do you have to show for your life? When you look back, on your life, what do you have to show for it as a Jehovah's Witness? Because from birth till death, day in and day out, week after week, month after month, year after year, decade after decade, you keep lying to yourself, convincing yourself that paradise is right around the corner. Meanwhile, all you're going to do is grow old and die. And when you grow old, you know what you're going to say as a Jehovah's Witness? I thought paradise was going to come in my lifetime. Every Jehovah's Witness is going to say that in the near future. And the worst part about all that is that it don't have to be like that. Jehovah's Witnesses don't have to, and they shouldn't have to waste their entire life waiting for something that's never going to happen. Meanwhile, every Jehovah's Witness should be doing their research. Because it's so clear, it's so obvious that this religion is nothing but a man-made, money-making organization. That's all it is. And if you are an ex-member, a former Jehovah's Witness watching this video, be proud of yourself. Be proud of yourself of the fact that you left this religion. By all means. Yeah, we might be shunned as ex-members. We might be shunned by our family and former friends. But guess what? I can't speak for everybody. But me personally, I would rather be shunned and be real than be fake and loved by witnesses. When I die, I'm gonna have zero regrets. Jehovah's Witnesses, they're gonna have so many regrets when they pass away. Like I said, they die before their death. Because while they're alive, they throw away the one life that we have. Because they would rather be accepted by other Jehovah's Witnesses. To them, for some reason, they would rather be accepted by other Jehovah's Witnesses who don't really love them, like I said. Now, Jehovah's Witnesses, they may like, I'll say that, they may like their brothers and sisters, but they don't really love them. Now, when I left this religion, right, I didn't know what real love was. I didn't know what real love was until I left this organization. I want to share a quick story with you guys, real quick. So I've been to Australia probably 7, maybe 8 times. in the last 12 years, I love Australia. Australia, hands down, my favorite country. Some of my best friends out there, right? Now, I have a really, really good friend in Queensland, Australia, East Coast, right? I've known her for a little over a decade. Earlier this year, I was out there. I was hanging out with my friend, her parents, and her parents like my parents. Like, her parents love me, right? Me and this girl, we're like really good friends, like brothers and sisters. Like I said, I know her for over a decade, right? So earlier this year, I went to her folks' house. We was eating, drinking, laughing, talking. It was one of the best times I had all year. And while I was eating, drinking, laughing, we was playing card games and whatnot. In the back of my mind, I was like, wow, this is how real love is. This is how unconditional love is. Being around people where you could be your true self. People accept you for who you are. You see, that doesn't happen as a Jehovah's Witness. As a Jehovah's Witness, you always have to be mindful of what you say, of the things that you do, the movies you watch, or else people are going to judge you. That's not real love. So once again, like I said, all these Jehovah's Witnesses, they think that they have a brotherhood of people who really love them. When in reality, they're just surrounded by other people who believe in the same thing. And if you dare question the theology, if you dare question the leaders, you're going to be shunned. So therefore, you really don't have a brotherhood. Therefore, you're not surrounded by love. It's all superficial. It's all fake. Jehovah's Witnesses don't know. They die way before their death. Excuse me. They die way before their death because they're alive physically, right? But figuratively speaking, like I said, they throw away their entire life. So if you're throwing away your life and you living a lie for a life, you are a walking zombie. Your whole life is fake. You grow old and you die. What do you have to show for your life when you die, when you pass away? Oh, I stood in front of carts. Oh, I was going from door to door. Oh, I went to the meetings. For what? You did all that for what? Just to grow old and die. And meanwhile, the leaders keep saying, paradise is right around the corner. But paradise is nowhere to be found. If you are an ex-member, you might be shunned by your family and friends. But at least when you pass away, when you leave this planet, you're going to die real and authentic. And my friends, that is priceless. You can't put a price on your life, right? Your life is priceless. My heart goes out to all the witnesses who will eventually grow old and pass away. My heart goes out to them because they really believed in this, just like I once did. They really believed in this organization. And it's sad that Jehovah's Witnesses, they wanted to, excuse me, a lot of witnesses, they had so many dreams, so many goals. They wanted to have families, they wanted to have kids. And they said, you know what, I'm gonna do all that. I'm gonna live my life when paradise comes. Meanwhile, paradise is nowhere to be found. All these Jehovah's Witnesses decided to play in this land of make-believe because no one wants to be shunned. When in reality, they should be more concerned about living their life authentically. They should be more concerned about discovering the truth about their religion. That should be their top priority. Not trying to fit in with other witnesses, not being ostracized. Forget being ostracized. Shun me. I would rather be shunned for being real and discovering the truth about this religion than be accepted for just being a yes, sir. Yeah, whatever you say, governing body, sir. Whatever you say, you elder, sir. Whatever you say, I will listen until the day I die. No, I'm not doing that. Because when you do that, when you're a yes, sir, to governing body leaders, when you're a yes, sir, to elders, guess what? You give up your entire life to men. Like I said in the beginning of this video, Galatians 1:10, am I seeking the approval of men, or am I seeking the approval of God? That's a rhetorical question if you're watching this video, Jehovah's Witnesses. Who are you seeking the approval from? God or men? Now, a Jehovah's Witness would say, oh, we serve God, we serve Jehovah. You could say that by words, but your actions is saying something else. Because if you need permission from men to grow your own facial hair, if you need permission from men to raise a glass and toast, if you need permission from men to go to college, then guess what? You are serving men. You're not serving God. Jehovah's Witnesses die way before their death. Because even when they're alive, they're not really living. They're not really living. They're just existing. Just existing until they grow old and eventually die. If you are a Jehovah's Witness watching this video, know that I love you from the bottom of my heart. I'm getting emotional. Know that I love you from the bottom of my heart, and I really don't want anyone to pass away believing in a lie. Please do your research and see this organization for what it is. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.